Most people spend their entire lives trying to become someone else. They copy other people's style, opinions, dreams, habits, even their personalities. They hide their true thoughts because they are afraid of rejection. They change themselves just to fit into places where they don't truly belong. Slowly, they forget who they really are. Some people wear fake confidence, some fake happiness. Some pretend to be strong while secretly feeling empty inside, because deep down, they are living for other people's approval instead of their own truth. The world has convinced many people that being different is dangerous. So they stay quiet, they follow the crowd. They live someone else's life. But here is the painful truth. If you spend your whole life trying to become like everyone else, you will never discover your real power. My name is Wally, and today's story may completely change the way you see yourself. Because this story is not only about success, it is about identity, it is about courage, and it is about learning one of life's most powerful lessons. First, be your own. In a peaceful small town lived a young boy named Andrew. Andrew was intelligent, creative, and thoughtful, but very few people noticed those qualities. Why? Because Andrew spent most of his life trying to become like everyone around him. When he sat with rich students, he acted rich. When he sat with confident students, he acted confident. Around smart students, he copied the way they talked. Even his laugh changed depending on who he was with. He believed changing himself would help him fit in, but instead, he felt more lonely every single day, because when a person constantly pretends, they slowly lose connection with their real self. Every night, Andrew stared at himself in the mirror feeling confused. He no longer knew which version of himself was real. One morning, Andrew's teacher entered the classroom carrying 3 pairs of shoes. The students looked confused. The first pair was running shoes, the second pair was heavy work boots, the third pair was expensive formal shoes. The teacher placed them on the table and asked, "Which pair is best?" Immediately the students began arguing. The running shoes, no, the formal shoes look better. The boots are stronger. The classroom became noisy. Then the teacher looked toward Andrew. "What do you think?" Andrew stayed quiet for a moment before answering carefully. "I think it depends on who is wearing them." The teacher smiled softly. "Exactly." Then he said something Andrew would never forget. If a runner wears heavy boots during a race, he loses. If a worker wears formal shoes at a construction site, he struggles. And if someone spends their life wearing shoes made for other people's journey, they will never walk properly in their own. The classroom fell silent. But those words hit Andrew harder than anyone else. Because for the first time in his life, he realized what he had been doing to himself. He had been wearing a personality that did not belong to him. That evening, Andrew walked home in deep thought. When he entered his room, he looked around carefully. The books he bought because others liked them. The clothes he wore just to impress people. The hobbies he pretended to enjoy. Almost everything around him had been chosen for acceptance, not happiness, and suddenly he felt exhausted. Tired of acting, tired of pretending, tired of changing himself just to avoid judgment. The next day at school, something changed. Andrew stopped forcing fake reactions. When students discussed things he did not care about, he stopped pretending to be interested when someone mocked his simple clothes. He no longer tried desperately to defend himself. People noticed immediately. Some laughed at him, some called him boring, some said he had changed. And this is where most people give up. Because the moment you stop pretending, the world tests you. People become uncomfortable when you stop following the crowd. But Andrew continued anyway. A few weeks later, the school announced an art competition. Andrew loved drawing since childhood, but he had hidden that passion for years because people around him believed sports and popularity mattered more. This time, he decided to join. Not for attention, not to impress anyone, but because drawing genuinely made him feel alive. 4 days, he worked quietly on his painting, while many students copied ideas from social media. Andrew painted something personal, a small tree growing between broken rocks. At first glance, the tree looked weak, but its roots were pushing through stone just to survive. Competition day arrived. Many students laughed at his painting. It looks too simple. It's not impressive enough. For a moment, Andrew almost lost confidence. He wanted to remove his artwork and replace it with something more popular. But then he remembered his teacher's lesson. Shoes made for someone else's journey can never help you walk your own path. So he left the painting there. Hours later, the judges announced the winner. Andrew's painting had won first place. The hall became completely silent. One judge explained, "Most students painted what they thought people wanted to see. But this painting feels honest. It has struggle, identity, and truth." That moment changed Andrew forever. He realized something many people understand too late in life. People may notice imitation for a moment, but they remember authenticity forever. From that day onward, Andrew stopped chasing approval. Instead of impressing everyone, he focused on improving himself. Instead of hiding his personality, he accepted it, and slowly, real confidence started growing inside him. Not fake confidence, real confidence. Because true confidence is not built by pretending to be powerful. It is built by accepting who you truly are. Years later, Andrew became a successful artist, known for his unique style. One interviewer asked him, "What is the secret behind your success?" Andrew smiled and replied, "The day I stopped trying to become someone else, my real life finally began." And honestly, this is the problem with many people today. They are disconnected from themselves. They follow trends they secretly hate. They chase dreams that belong to society instead of their hearts. They compare their ordinary lives with other people's best moments online, and then wonder why they feel empty. Listen carefully. You do not need to become another person to become valuable. A copy can never be more powerful than the original. Stop changing yourself for temporary acceptance. Stop shrinking your personality just to fit into places where you were never meant to belong. Stop asking everyone else who you should become. The world does not remember people who perfectly copied others. It remembers people who had the courage to remain themselves. Yes, being yourself is difficult. Some people will judge you. Some will misunderstand you. Some will leave you. But losing fake acceptance is not a real loss. The real loss is losing your identity while trying to keep everyone comfortable. My perspective is simple. Before trying to prove yourself to the world, first understand yourself, know your values, know your strengths, know what truly gives your life meaning. Because when you finally become comfortable with who you are, nobody can control your confidence anymore. And remember this, a fish becomes powerful in water. A bird becomes powerful in the sky. The moment they try to live like each other, both become weak. In the same way, your real power begins the moment you stop copying other people's lives. First, be your own. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who may be slowly losing themselves while trying to fit into the world. And subscribe to Tales by Hosiba for more powerful motivational stories that help you understand life, strengthen your mindset, and grow through meaningful lessons.